What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the Jack Timmons post-game show. It's just me, Danny Marang, solo dolo. Excuse me. Brandon Sprague is taking care of some personal stuff. He should be back for the next game. Well, that was a basketball game. Legally. We'll get into the game here real quick. Well, this is definitely going to be a short show. I want to kind of lead this off with something fun real quick. Who's already in here, Eric Marantetti, was the winner chicken dinner of the Nick Batum jersey giveaway. I don't know why I'm making the sound. I can do it myself. There we go. This is the third straight loss by 30 points or more by the opponent's Trailblazers. That's, get used to it. 90-120 tonight. That's how this is going to go. This is what I was trying to tell everybody. Is what I was trying to prepare everybody for. This is how you should enjoy watching these games going forward. On most nights, it's gonna be Anfernee Simons and what he does. Tonight, 4 of 10, 3 of 4 from 3, 6 assists. Probably could have had 5 or 6 more assists. I thought he actually did a really, really good job. Mike Richmond was kind of on the same wavelength as me. I thought Ant looked really good in the second half. Oh, excuse me, in the first half. Second half, he did not look good because they threw everything in the kitchen sink at him. They said anybody but you, which really is kind of rude when you're looking at Portland right now. It's kind of mean, to be honest. So, I'm not too worried about anything going forward. But the things you can look at, let's go real quick, just give a little bit of a rundown in tonight's game. Anfernee Simons, like I said, we just a very pedestrian game, 11.6 assists. Josh Hart came back down to earth after just hitting everything. He missed everything tonight. But regular contributions, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, a lot of different things, 10 points, very solid role player. But the talent drop after Simons to Hart, and then from there is just so huge. This is what you can expect night in, night out. Like, Anfernee Simons will have a relatively good night. Beyond that, you're just kind of looking for things in between. And tonight, I thought your in-between guy who really showed out, I thought Trendon Watford was really good tonight. 30 minutes, 5 of 12 from the field, 2 of 2 from 3, which I think that's a fun development. But 13 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. That's good production. He's staying involved. That's what you kind of want to see. These are the things that you're kind of hoping happen as they come forward. As these guys get these opportunities, as they kind of figure these things out. And you also see how good of a team the Phoenix Suns are. Even without Chris Paul, even without Devin Booker, they were a very good, very deep team. They have a lot of size. They have a lot of athleticism. They're lacking playmaking, which you could see pop up in multiple times tonight. But they're still just significantly better than Portland. I would say Anfernee Simons is probably the most talented player on the floor tonight. And he couldn't get going. After that, the Suns have probably the next 4 or 5 guys. And then Josh Hart, and then the Suns have the next 4 or 5 guys after that. What happened happened in a manner that you kind of expect. Portland, Brandon and I talked about this the other night. We were kind of debating back and forth where this team is right now. And they're one of the 3 worst teams, I think, in the NBA, talent-wise. They're so far away from everybody else. It's pretty stark. But again, that's on purpose. They are very actively pushing for as many ping pong balls as humanly possible at this point. And that's okay. You're going to have what? What do we have? 19 more games? What was game? This game 62. 20 more games. 20 more games remaining. It's not that long. The suffering will be over very quickly. This isn't a 5-year thing. It's a situation where it's going to be, what was it, 20, 22, 24 games? So it was 3 in a row, so it was 23 games. I really loved how everybody's like, well, they won those 4 games heading into the All-Star break. What if they bring Dame back? That was never happening. It was never happening. Never in a million years is that going to happen. They are so bereft of assets, tangible assets, that they had to do this. And that's okay. Now they're doing what is necessary to rectify that situation. A couple other news and notes from this game, real quick. Greg Brown only took 3 shots, but the one that he did hit, he absolutely just impaled JaVale McGee, which you love to see. 6 rebounds and assists, 2 steals. I thought he was hyper competitive in the minutes he was out there. Played 19 minutes, was a +1. He had 1 miss in transition that was atrocious, but I like the fact that he's willingly trying things. He's never going to have these opportunities again. And he re-signed Alan Crabb. No. And somebody else said, can we do the spin? You know what? Give me a second. I'm going to have to add a source real quick. Give me a second. I need to add a screen capture here to the drive. All right, add source. There we go. You guys don't want that. You guys want this. You guys want Tankathon. Let me go ahead and shrink this old boy down, because we know we got to make sure we do it every time, right? That's what matters. All right. All right, here we go. Ready? And similar lottery. Big money, no whammies. Whammies. No, didn't move up. But I want to point this out real quick because it bears repeating. If the Blazers can get to 5th or 6th, which 5th probably seems like a bit too far, but I think 6 is very likely. 7 is kind of where the most likely outcome I think they're going to hit to. I think San Antonio's going to win some games. I think New York, they've won 3 out of their last 18. They suck. Sacramento, I think they lost again tonight, but I think Portland is so bad that they will get at least here, hopefully here. Not sure they can get here anymore. That gap is too wide. But here they can get to. 6 they can get to. And this is the number that matters for those watching right now. 37.2% chance of landing in the top 4. That's what you're hoping for. That's what you're hoping for. So, if you're looking at where things are, where things stack up right now, how everything's going, that's 5th worst record is probably best case scenario. I don't think they can get there. You're asking another team to win basically like 8 more games when they've won 15 on the season to catch up to Portland, and it's just not going to happen. But realistically, I do think that Portland is going to get. I do believe that Portland is going to end up right around 30 wins. I mean, you want to have less, but I don't think they're going to win many more games this season. 5, maybe 6. Like, I know they have those runs of games against the San Antonio Spurs and the Thunder and the Pelicans. The Pelicans are playing really well offensively. They're just playing awful defensively. Nimble, you keep that to yourself. I'm not going to repeat that on the mic. But just in general of where they are, where they're sitting, that's the world they want to get to. It makes sense. Leslie says we got a 2nd and 10 when I ran it. Listen, that's best case scenario. Like, if that actually happened, it would be phenomenal. Tyler Smith, what do you think Portland needs from a draft? We're going to go into that a ton. I guess this is a good point because we're not really going to talk much about this game or really any game coming up unless there's something huge that pops out of it. Let me kind of lay the schedule out for you guys. With March Madness coming up, one of the things I want to do, particularly for members, this is going to be kind of one of the perks, is we are going to live stream March Madness games. And I'm going to look at the schedule, and it's going to be one of those situations where once the schedule comes out, I'm going to pick games early on and see how many of the top 8 players in the draft we can go watch. I mentioned this during the watch party tonight. Almost all, with the exception of Shaden Sharp, all of the top 8 are going to be in the NCAA tournament. That's not always the case. You don't always get the best players in the country in the NCAA tournament. So you're going to get some opportunities to see the Keegan Murrays, the Ben Matherins, Chet, Paolo, Jabari, Jaden, that whole group. You're going to be able to see all of those guys. I think that's going to be really cool. And for members, we're going to have watch parties, so you guys can come check it out. We'll break down film. We'll talk about the pros and the cons and all that. That'll be the big push for that. And as we get closer into the offseason, as I've done for free agent profiles in the past when I've done my breakdown videos, those are the really in-depth, like 20-minute, like, here's what this guy does, here's what he doesn't do, here's why it matters, here's why it fits, here's what to look forward to, or here's what to hope for. That's kind of what I'm going to do. Eric says the Ringer had a great breakdown today of Jaden Ivey. They've got a great draft team. KOC does great. The stuff they do with the Void. I'm going to do basically a bootleg version of that on the breakdown. I don't have nearly the production value or quality that they can, but I think I add my my own spin and take to things, and I like to believe that I'm pretty good at this stuff. So whether or not that's true, well, we'll see. But that's kind of the setup as we're going forward, and we'll have a couple of those watch parties ahead of March Madness, and we'll talk about some stuff in that regard. And then we'll do deeper dives again in the off season. So that's some stuff to look forward for members, and then obviously the other content will be available for everybody else as well. I will take deep dives once the guys do their exit interviews on the season, because this is crazy, guys. Like I said, there's only 20 games remaining. There's 20 games remaining. Those exit interviews are going to come quick. We're so used to this team being in the playoffs. The season's going to be over. April 16th? Let me see, when's the last game of the season? Oh, it's even earlier this year. April 10th against the Utah Jazz. That's the last game of the regular season for the Portland Trail Blazers. No late April or into May or any of that nonsense. It's over. So we will get into that really quick. And again, the draft lottery, I think, is May 17th. We talked about that in the watch party. And we will just kind of get that going. And again, Eric, again, big shout out to you. You know what? Here. So everybody knows it's real. Here is the still tag on it, autographed Nick Batum jersey that Eric will be getting here shortly. So I'll mail this out tomorrow for you, buddy. And thanks to everybody. We are well over 200 paid members to the podcast now. So thank you guys. It's very, 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 very cool of you. This has been more than I ever expected, more than more than Brandon had ever expected. That's the painkillers kicking in. But again, thank you so very much. We are going to have more giveaways. That's one thing I really want to do. And again, I will be sending a donation on behalf of Jack Ramsays out here in the next couple of days to Brooke for her charity. So everything you guys donated and all the money basically that I make from the channel, that's all going to Brooke's charity, the American Heart Association, and the things she has going. So again, Evan M has donated some prints. I have a pile of them over here ready to go. I'll work some more for that. I've got some more autograph stuff that I want to go through. I want to see what's going to go up in the office and what's not, and then any of that stuff I will send off to you guys and add into more giveaways to make it more worth your while. And I'll open it up more and more and more, and as we get more and more people, I'll try and add more cool stuff to make it more valuable for you guys. I definitely don't want to ever. I want you guys to feel like you're getting your money's worth always. Because all the money basically comes from this, I reinvest into this. I buy new gear. I pay Brandon, whatever it is in that regard to kind of figure things out. Like I said, this is going to be a really short show tonight. Number 1, Brandon's not here. Number 2, that game. Woof. Number 3, I still feel awful. But I do want to throw this out to you because I threw this out to the watch party. If any of you are artistically inclined, I'm going to do a redesign for the website, for the channel. The logo was something that Blue Wire worked up for us originally. It's not really my expertise, so if that's something you want to get involved with and like help design merchandise or stuff like that, email me, jackramsays@gmail.com. And if you want to talk to me, you can DM me on Twitter, on IG, whatever. It's all open. And if it's something we end up using, I will gladly pay you guys for your services. So, but that's something that's going to come up over here in the next couple months. It's something I'm really working forward to. Quick wrap up on the game now and kind of what's going forward. The Blazers, the rest of this road trip, obviously they have the Minnesota Timberwolves twice again. You saw what DeAndre Ayton did tonight. What was his final box score line? In 26 minutes, he was 9 of 12, 18 and 8. And I think the 3 shots he missed, he just kind of missed. There wasn't anything anybody did about it. It's just, James says you should auction off the Peloton. I will not, because as of tomorrow, I will be actually riding the Peloton. So I got the okay from the physical therapist the other day to start that tomorrow. So I'm very, very, very excited about that because it's very good for my mentals to get actually out and do something. But yeah, they do have Karl Anthony Towns back-to-back games, and then they have Rudy Gobert the game after that. In some good news in the Tankathon, the Oklahoma City Thunder did win a game. Did the Rockets end up winning tonight? I know it went to OT, but I didn't check back on it. No, Utah actually ended up winning. Bummer. And then New Orleans beat Sacramento almost, actually as badly as Phoenix beat Portland tonight. So that should make you feel good. So New Orleans is winning just enough games to kind of get up in that threshold, and I think when it's all said and done, they don't make the playoffs. So again, I'm going to wrap up on that. Like I said, it's going to be super, super short tonight. Not a ton to go off of. But Brandon will be back. We have some more guests coming up for the watch party as well as the pre and the post game. Ben Golliver is going to hop on here next week, I believe. What's the date? Week after next, Ben's going to hop on. Also, I've got Jake Fisher next week. I had to reschedule because of the doctor and everything like that. Eric Gunnarsson will be on. Sean Heikkinen will come on. Steve DeWald is coming on. We're gonna have a ton of guests because it's not going to be worth talking about game after game after game. Let's want to talk some big picture stuff, get some different input from other folks about team building, about how they're going about things, what's going to happen going forward. Those are all the kind of things we're looking at. So thank you all so very much. Please like, rate, review, subscribe. If you have the time, if you have the ability, please go leave us a review on Apple to help us grow the podcast side. If you're not already subscribed and you're watching here, please click the subscribe button. It does help us grow. Obviously, with the All-Star break and my surgery, things kind of tapered off, and I'm trying to get the momentum back behind it. So any little bit helps. Share us with your friends, share us with your family. Let everybody know that the only pre- and post-game show that you can go out there on YouTube, that's us. So without further ado, thank you all so very much. I appreciate you. Eric, I will get that jersey off to you. Sorry to everybody else who missed out. I will try to get something next time where we can get some more people involved, get some more things to give away. You guys all take care. Have a wonderful night. Stay safe. Talk soon.